What we got, LL Cool Bay?
Vybz Kartel, world boss. He returned to New York and he did his big U.S. Return. So this was his first U.S. headlining show in over 20 years. So there were some pretty big moments out of the show. So he came out to his remix that he did to Akon's Locked Up, which of course was very monumental after everything that he's been through. And the crowd just embraced him crazy. Billboard actually is calling this show, like the opening night alone, because you know it was sold out crazy, right? Mm-hmm. They're calling this show one of the most memorable nights of live music in the borough's storied history.
I mean, listen, people worship Vybz Kartel. And, you know, after meeting him, I can understand why people enjoy him the way that he does.
I was telling people that all weekend. Like, he is very personal. He's super funny. Mm-hmm. Like, I see the star. And a lot of times it's hard to pick up on that with certain artists. Let's take a listen to him in the Akon moment when he walked out on stage.
13 years of prison. I come out as a general. Turn it up.
I think Jamaicans should narrate everything. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about that the other day. I was at some airport and they had a Jamaican narrating, calling people. You know what I'm saying?
The gate.
Oh my God, that was
agent.
so amazing. Now boarding, gate 3. Gate 3. I was like, yo, Jamaica should narrate everything.
Also throughout the night, he brought out some different people, of course. Little Kim hit the stage one of the nights. Neo, Shinsia, Fab, Spice. Of course, he can't come and not bring the dance hall queen, Spice. He performed Summertime, Clocks, Fever, the Brooklyn Anthem. When he did the Brooklyn Anthem, he actually put on a Brooklyn Nets jersey, but he had it on backwards. He had to like fix the jersey or whatever. But he also did his song, Mama, and he brought his mom out when he did it. He goes down on one knee. It was just a good moment, you know, because the song talks about everything they've been through and what they don't have to go through no more. And she's caressing him and they're in front of all these people. But there was a moment during the show where he got so emotional he couldn't finish the song. He was performing his song, God is the Greatest, and he broke down. Let's take a listen.
Life is so rough sometimes. God, I'm glad you hear me cry. Let it down, the general. Drive your own. Yeah, and the Lord is around us, and the blessings around us. I may not care who like me, because I want to show love. God, the Lord is around us, and the blessings around us. I may not care who like me, because I want to show love. Oh, variation friend.
I mean, can you imagine?
Right.
You know, you've been in prison for 13 years, thinking that you're never going to see, you know, the freedom again.
Right.
And then you actually get freed, of course. Absolutely.
Get free, and you sell out 2 back-to-back shows at the Barclays Center. 19,000 people is what that stadium holds.
Come on, man.
Cardi B was also in attendance. DJ Envy went with his wife, Gia. Now, you know who also was there in tears? Safari. Safari was there in tears. He said, you know, Vybz is his hero. Seeing him on stage in that big return made him emotional. Why would you make me laugh? It was a really emotional moment for Safari. But yeah, so shout out to Vybz.
I don't have a problem with that. I saw people killing Safari for that, but yo, Safari has always shown and expressed his love for Vybz Kartel.
So why you laugh?
Because I was thinking about something that happened last week when Vybz was here.
I know what you.
Exactly.
I know what you.
So that's what I was laughing at.
I don't know if we wanted to share it.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So another moment that happened, Vybz Kartel was gifted these OVO chains from Drake. They were like a surprise special gift from Vybz to Drake. Now, I spoke to Alex Moss's team. Alex Moss is the jeweler who created these chains with Drake. And from what I'm told, it took 7 months to make. Drake came up with the idea and brought it to Alex to bring it to life because he wanted to, you know, give Vybz a big welcome home gift. Drake was involved in the process of customizing the jewelry from the beginning. Alex Moss and his team work with Drake a lot, so he trusts Alex's creative vision and his taste when it comes to taking the lead.
Why would Vybz want an owl?
Vybz he's a huge supporter of Drake. He backed him in the Kendrick Lamar. He talks a lot about Drake.
What that got to do with the owl though? But continue.
It's like, you know what I mean.
Continue so I can keep hating.
So it's a 14 karat yellow gold. They have like some camo on it. and printed in diamonds because, the whole Vybz the General. What else? There's so many details. Drake really took a time on this. There's only 2 created. There's one for Vybz Kartel and one for Drake himself. Drake actually... Yep.
Now, why is Vybz the only other person with that type of owl? What about Chubbs? What about 40? And Party? And Preem? And Baka? They would like a new owl.
It's something special for the world boss.
Wow.
Don't do that.
Why can't they have an owl nobody else has?
They probably do. You all in their owl business. You want one, boo?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm just like, why just him and Drake?
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure this out. Like, what's the connection?
He's a huge icon that he looks up to. But yeah, so it was a good gift. I tried to get the pricing, but they ain't doing all that. They said it's priceless.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Drake on that gift because that went super viral as well. And it's a great owl. Now, as we wrap up, can I do one of the clips that we have? Really quick, I also wanted to answer the question. A lot of you guys were trying to figure out why Joe Tacopina, who is now representing Wendy on the personal attorney side, was denied the ability to go to dinner with Wendy. I feel like some people thought that this was a retaliation thing from her conservatorship. Well, Joe Tacopina called in to talk to us exclusively today to explain it. Let's take a listen.
There may have been a motivating factor to Sabrina Morsi canceling that dinner, which could have included the fact that I was there. Because the last thing they want to do, guys, is see me inside that courtroom. I'm not going to be gentle about how Wendy's being treated. As far as that dinner, Wendy, myself, and Alex were supposed to have dinner that night. At the last minute, literally, as Wendy was dressed and ready to leave her room, she was told she couldn't go by Sabrina Morsi because Alex was testifying the next day at a hearing. So therefore, she couldn't see Wendy in person that night. So if the whole point was they couldn't get together the night before her testimony, as if somehow Wendy would influence Alex's testimony, which is ridiculous, it wouldn't really make sense to cancel that dinner because they could have just been on the phone. While I don't know if they knew I was going to be at that dinner, it just seems highly coincidental.
Baby, they got Wendy in the chokehold over there, don't they? They're trying to show her something. We also, we also asked them too about the money because we were trying to figure out, Wendy's been saying that Sabrina uses her money to hire these high-powered attorneys and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, well, wait, so Sabrina's letting her pay you? Because if they don't want you there, they ain't going to let the money flow. And he said Sabrina's not paying him. Wendy's family is actually, and him are taking care of that. But he didn't want to go into it. He said that that's something between him and the family. He's not worried about the money right now. He's just trying to make sure Wendy's straight.
I'm sure we'll hear more on the Latest with Lauren podcast.
Oh, period. Some of these clips is going right on over there. And I told y'all in today's episode that we would have Joe call in. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the bounce between the two platforms. And we do got some more exclusive clips from my conversation with Joe Tacopina that will be on tomorrow morning's episode of The Latest with Lauren LaRosa, the podcast.
Make sure you subscribe to The Latest with Lauren LaRosa on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. And speaking of that, we have the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival happening Saturday, April 26th in Atlanta at Pullman Yards. Go get your tickets at blackeffect.com/podcast festival. Some of your favorite podcasts are going to be on that stage. Tank and Jay Valentine will be on there with the R&B Money podcast. Sarah Jake Roberts will be on there with the Woman Evolved podcast, plus a whole lot more. So go to blackeffect.com/podcast festival to get your tickets. And the People's Choice Mix with DJ Envy is up next.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Check out video of the full show on Tubi. Free. Classic interviews and more on Tubi every day, all day long, all for free. Just search Breakfast Club and grab your popcorn.